Hey everybody, I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects, and today we're doing a Q&A video. So these questions came from all of you via Instagram, email, or in YouTube comments. So today I'm just looking forward to sitting down in the office and answering as many questions as possible. Before we get started, a big thank you to all of the Fuzzlord Effects Patreon supporters that really help support this YouTube channel, and everyone that's grabbing t-shirts and stuff below these videos. As always, you can keep up with me on a daily on the Instagram page at Fuzzlord Effects, the Fuzz Life Podcast, a weekly music-related podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or you can check out fuzzlordeffects.com. All right, so the first question is, how come all of the pedals are out of stock on the website, and where can I get Fuzzlord pedals? Really good question, and something I've been meaning to clarify. Basically, we're still a pretty small shop, and even being a small shop, Fuzzlord Effects puts out about 100 guitar pedals a month currently, and this is in May 2020. So that's 2 sets of 50 pedals built right here in this room twice a month. And I send out an email to the email list. I advertise on Instagram, not advertise, but like leading up to the release, I talk about what we're doing. It's kind of just like a camera in our shop that just shows you what we're working on every week. So we'll be talking on Instagram about this week we're building FU2 pedals, and those are gonna come out weekend after next, which is what we're working on right now. So we release the release date, and then basically everyone logs in at the same time, which is always 3 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays, is all the releases, and the pedals usually sell out the same day. So that is why it looks like none of the pedals are available on the website, because they all sell out very quickly. So if you're wanting some Fuzzlord pedals, I would just keep up with the Instagram page, the Facebook page, the website, and of course join the email list, because I always send out a heads up about 1 or 2 weeks ahead of each release. Making strides to get more techs here so that we can get more pedals in stock. The trick is Fuzzlord has about 8 or 9 different models right now, different pedals. So it's hard to keep all 8 or 9 of those in stock. Like if we wanted to do 50 each, we'd have to build about 400 pedals in 1 month. Here is a question off Instagram from Steiny1. And he asked, how do you determine where to put the input and output jacks on a guitar pedal? Basically, as a builder, is one easier than the other? And I thought that was a really good question. So it really just comes down to personal preference for a lot of people. Sometimes it comes down to like design constraints, that like the circuit wouldn't fit this way or that way, so they, put top mount jacks or side mount jacks. But really, it's just preference to the builder. Usually, Fuzzlord pedals have side mount jacks, but recently this year I've been converting all the designs over one by one to top mount jacks. So the new version of the Fuzzlord FU2, same circuit, but instead of the big box, shrunk it down to the medium-sized box, did top mount jacks to be more pedal board friendly. I just always did side mount jacks before because I preferred that as a guitar player, and then as a designer I kind of just it was an extension of that. So it seems like top mount jacks are very popular right now, and a lot of builders are using them. So everyone watching and listening right now, why don't you drop a comment below this video and let me know and let everyone else know what you prefer, top mount jacks or side mount jacks. I do know that whatever kind you have, it's nice to have all of the same kind of pedal. Side mount jacks are okay as long as you have all side mount jacks, but when you start mixing the two up, it gets a little frustrating. But the way to remedy that is just to make some custom cables, which I think that would be a fun thing to do in another video. Great question. All right, this question's off Instagram from Nigel RJB, and he asked, where in the signal chain do you find fuzz, distortion, and modulation work best? General deal is that any time-based effects like some modulation would fall into that. So I'm thinking chorus, reverb, phaser, delay, all that kind of stuff is going to go after your dirt pedals. As far as fuzz and distortion, which order that goes is kind of up to you. I find myself personally on my boards, I run my fuzzes closer to the front. I run my distortion pedals after usually, but I don't tend to use them at the same time. Something to keep in mind when you're thinking about which order to put your fuzz, overdrive, like dirt pedals in general, is like, are you ever going to have them on at the same time? Because if the answer is no, it really doesn't matter which way you put them unless you're concerned about buffers and like fuzz face style circuits. I will say that I usually keep a boost pedal, whether it's like a Fuzzlord Doom Screamer or a Fuzzlord Riffmaster or something like that, in front of my fuzz to be able to drive it a little harder. This is a good question off Instagram, and it was if we have any European distributors for Fuzzlord pedals. Currently, May 2020, we do not. I've reached out to a couple, but just haven't heard back, or I didn't like the deals they came up with. So currently, all sales, United States and elsewhere, worldwide, are done through the fuzzlordeffects.com website, which we just talked about, and I ship worldwide. So it's like a flat fee, and for now, that's what we're doing. But if you know of a distributor or your distributor watching, fuzzlordeffects@gmail.com, Jason Johnson, I would like to talk to you because I would like to set up a distribution system in the EU. But until then, don't be discouraged. You can still get Fuzzlord pedals all day long from fuzzlordeffects.com, like whenever we release them, every 2 weeks usually. And otherwise, you can just check out what's on the used market. Can we do more bass demos? Yes, I promise. There's been a lot more bass demos lately from other folks online, Eric Marrow specifically. So there's a new FU2 demo. I'll leave a link to it in the description that Eric Marrow did, where he did guitar and bass, and I will start doing more bass demos for the Fuzzlord Effects channel also. All right, this question is from Ryan Matthew Perry, and the question is, what are some examples of things outside of music that inspire you, but not only in music, but in life in general? So could be books, movies, art, people I've met, worked with, etc. So really good question, right? I, of course, love music. I've always loved music ever since I was a kid. I think I started playing guitar at like 6 years old. I'm not saying like I'm as good as I should be for playing guitar that long, but music's always been a big part of my life. And as far as inspiration, I can say that my dad, he was very big into music and being creative in his own way. So music, and he could fix anything in the world. So I'd seen him rebuild automatic transmissions, not swap. Big difference here. I'm drawing a line here on, what a true talented mechanic is all about. Not talking swaps, but I'm talking pull them out and then rebuild the entire automatic transmission piece by piece and put it back in. I was always inspired as a kid by how diligent he was in life, in general, because I don't feel like it's just the truth. Nothing came easy to him, and I don't think he was dealt an easy hand in life, but he was the kind of person that just anything he wanted to do in life, he bought a book about it, or he just researched it. And I'm talking anything like how to build a nice koi fish pond. So I find that very inspiring, especially being that he never graduated high school, and I was present when he got his GED when he was in his 40s. So yeah, those are things that inspire me in life, is seeing people that are truly creative and how do I put it? Driven enough to solve their own problems and not just wait for other people to knock down these obstacles. Most people that you see in life that have, achieved something that we all admire or something, worked really hard to get it. I'm wondering if you can hear the storm outside. It's really raining really hard right now. So that is something that I find very inspiring in general. And I will also add on to that, this is a little bit more of kind of a harsh reality check. It's not meant to be harsh. I truly say it from a place where I care about you, kind of thing. Everybody kind of has everybody definitely has a very limited amount of time here. So that's something I keep in mind every day, which may sound kind of odd to some people. Like, I have so many things that I want to get done in life. And like, we've been looking at Fuzzlord the last, 2-3 years, about 3 years under the name Fuzzlord. And I feel like I got a lot done, but I can tell you honestly that I have not even scratched the surface to what I hope to accomplish in my lifetime. So that's something that inspires me daily, and I hope that you can take a little something from that in a positive way to help you be more prolific in whatever your path is in life. So sorry for the long answer. I thought that was a really cool question. All right, let's wrap up this video with one last question, and that came in an email. Someone was wondering what is going on with Fuzzlord this year, or like what can we expect to see coming out. So recently, it was about 2 months ago, we released the new Dark Master Echo pedal. So there's one new release of this year, and been really excited about that. It's one of my favorite sounding kind of dark echo pedals. It's an echo pedal that the repeats are really dark, and it sounds very warm and kind of vintage. Aside from that, what was the other one we just did? The Fuzzlord Effects Doom Screamer, very nice overdrive circuit. So that's 2 new pedals this year. But coming up, I said about a month from the release of this video, the new Nazareth Fuzz pedal will be available, right? Video on the channel. There's 2 videos on the channel previewing this pedal. They're not full demos, they're previews. And then what else is going on this year? New FU2 pedal in the smaller enclosure. Also, the new Fuzzlord Effects MF4 pedal, which is a really cool take on a vintage Big Muff with a bunch of modern tweaks to it that are not available in any other pedal. So it's got this nice combo of things happening in it that I've not seen anywhere else yet. So I'm really happy about that. And I think we might have one other pedal coming out. So keep your eyes on the channel. Be sure you sign up for the email list at fuzzlordeffects.com if you want to make sure you don't miss out on any of this stuff. Or you can keep up with me on daily on the Instagram page, Fuzzlord, at FuzzlordEffects, where I kind of just post daily about what's going on in the shop. Again, I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects, and I really appreciate you taking the time to check out the Fuzzlord Effects YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe and drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. Maybe a question that you would have liked to have answered in this video for the future, the next time I make one. And maybe just let me know what's going on good with you. Before I forget, I wish I would have said this at the beginning of the video. First and foremost, I really hope that you all are doing well, happy, safe, and finding time to be creative and keep yourself busy, and kind of use this time, like where everybody's like locked down and quarantined with this whole coronavirus thing happened in 2020, that you find some positive things to work on too. For me, that's been sitting at the bench behind me a lot and working on new circuits, working on new music, doing videos like these, and talking with each and every one of you here on Instagram and on the Fuzz Life podcast, of course. So again, big thank you for checking out the video, supporting the channel. Last big thanks to all of our Patreon supporters whose names are running on the screen. These are all folks that just chip in a couple bucks a month over at the Patreon page and really help with the cost of running this YouTube channel. So again, really appreciate each and every one of you for supporting the channel. Also, there's t-shirts and like banners and other kinds of merch available below this video. Really appreciate everyone who's been grabbing those. And final big thanks, shout out to our producer level supporter, Rustin Rossenberger. Really appreciate what you're doing, man. Again, I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects, and I will see you in the next video, but I look forward to talking to you all in the comments.